Got it. Now would you approve?
What do you want?
Just checking how you're settling in.
I'm good. Thanks. Interesting place you found yourself here, I'll give you that.
Back in the cave, you told me that you fought that demon in order to gain control over it. I'd still like to know how that works.
It's complicated.
That's it?
For now.
How did you end up in Barca Gore?
It's a long story. Suffice to say, I've been on the road for quite some time now. Barca Gore just happened to be my last spot before I ran into you. Let's talk about you instead. You gathered a ton of followers, one outcast after another. Tell me, Tahar, do you trust them?
I'm still trying to figure that out.
Good luck with that. To be honest, I don't understand how you can do it. You have that look about you, and it's driving me nuts. It literally says, hurt me.
What do you mean by that?
I've observed you on the way back from Barca Gore. The way you move, the way you talk. I get why other people follow your lead. I really do. You simply have some kind of strange charisma. It's not visible at first glance, but it's there. You give people hope. I guess it's what it boils down to. You attract outsiders, and you get them to march under your banner.
How is that a bad thing?
It's a bad thing because you're too careless. All these people, did it ever occur to you that they're outsiders for a reason? The treacherous orc, the renegade elf, the exiled dwarf? Still, you trust them. Even if you put your stern face on, I can see that you do. That's why people follow you. But trust doesn't protect from betrayal. But let's stop this right here, okay? I'm sure you have things to do, and so do I.
All right.
For decades, the Mohir elves, exiled from Finan Mir, have roamed Io in search of a new home. In Nortander, they were promised lands of their own, but as the Mage Rebellion arose, they were quickly forgotten. Now, years later, they have taken shelter in a nomadic settlement in Leafshade, a dense, dangerous jungle, amidst the no-man's land between Utran and Wulfgar.
All right. The Morhir settlement should be a little further to the north.
How long have the Morhir been living here?
Well, they left Finan Mir about 30 years ago, and they were sent to settle here 8 years after their arrival. So that's 22 years now.
Quite long, considering Leafshade was just meant to be a stopover.
I'm sure they feel the same way. But then again, I understand why finding a new home for fugitive elves wasn't on top of the Crown's priority list after the Mage Wars broke out.
All right then, what's the plan?
Well, I suggest we try to find their settlement first and then talk to their scryers. They're the ones who make the decisions.
Good. Then lead the way.
Something you need?
Sounds like a plan. Sure.
Let's see.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Understood.
All right, here goes nothing.
Interesting.
Danger up ahead! That's the way.
Get ready!
Will do.
More fighting. Does this never end?
Pathetic.
Let's see.
Easy.
That way? You got it. Sounds like a plan.
Leave it to me.
Here we go.
Now would you look at that?
Uh-huh.
Sure. That way?
Child's play.
No! Not yet! We should get moving.
Interesting. Let's see.
Really?
You got it.
Now would you look at that?
Leave it to me.
All right, here goes nothing.
No! Not yet!
Get ready.
Is this really necessary? Huh?
Finally.
Whatever's necessary.
I'll keep you shielded.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Fine.
Here we go.
Walking corpses. Take them down. You'll regret this.
You read my mind.
Easy.
Not now.
All right, here goes nothing.
Interesting.
What?
Got it. Understood.
Uh-huh.
Will do.
Finally.
Got it.
They will fall.
Let's see.
Yes?
All right, why not?
Sounds like a plan. Sure.
Really?
Danger up ahead!
You're serious about this?
Fine.
Is that all? Is that all?
Now would you look at that?
You got it.
Fine.
This way, right?
Finally.
That way?
Sure.
Let's see.
Get ready.
I'm dead.
Corporal?
Yes?
Uh-huh.
Yes? Interesting.
Blasted armor.
Sounds like a plan.
They will fall.
More of them.
This place is a bloody graveyard.
Finally. Fine. Really?
Got it.
You got it.
Understood. Will do.
Made your peace. Good.
All right,
Elves,
here
beware.
goes nothing.
You'll regret this.
Now would you look at that?
That way?
Let's see.
Yes?
Now would you look at that?
Uh-huh.
Sure. All right, why not?
Whatever's necessary. Got it.
That's the way?
Yes.
Interesting. Let's see.
This way, right?
Sure.
Now would you look at that?
You got it.
Fine. Finally.
Here we go.
Is that all?
Serious about this, aren't you?
Fine.
That way?
Is this the village?
Should be. And don't ask me why there's no one guarding the entrance.
Let's take a look around.
Can't believe we're still having this discussion. Tell me, Arlen, where was Ellen in all those years when our people were on the run? Just face it, she never helped us. None of the Guardians did.
Well, maybe they would have if it weren't for heretics like you. We are Ellen's children, all of us.
We are the children of our mothers and our fathers, for heck's sake. If you are so pious, then why did you leave Finn and Mir in the first place? What we need is rationality and reason, not praying to the gods that have left us.
Heresy, Varden. This is heresy.
Huh? What is it? Who are you?
Just a traveler. Don't mind me. Let's see.
Salangar. A pure blood. Just when I thought this day couldn't get any better.
Not what I'd call myself. I haven't been in Finn and Mir for 8 years.
Is that so? Well, who am I to judge? Who let you in?
There weren't any guards.
What? Great. Just great. This is getting better and better. But please, forgive my manners. I'm Varden Merilith, second scryer of Lathwain. Who are you? And what do you want? Are you with the soldiers?
Soldiers?
The army folk. But if you have to ask, I suppose you're on your own. Tell me then, what brings you here?
That's a long story.
So you're the corporal from Lianon? Well, that's a surprise. I know the story, and once more I would like to apologize for what Scryer Elion did. She should not have opened fire. And also, I would like to express my admiration for your courage. I know you refused to carry out the order your general gave you.
How?
A scout observed the conversation you had with that man. Either way, your story sounds bizarre, but I don't think you are lying. And after the events in Lianon, it's only fair if we help you now, to make up for it. Not to mention the fact that the bloodburn needs to be stopped.
So you'll provide us with troops?
It's not that simple. I have to bring up the matter before the other scryers, and they all have to agree. But not now. We currently have our own sack of problems to deal with.
Are you the leader of this place?
One of them, yes. I'm the second scryer, and the Moorhere Council is made up of 6 scryers in total. 7, actually, but our eldest passed away recently, which complicates the decision-making, as you can imagine.
What problems do you have?
The short version? Leafshade has been struck by the bloodburn. Elves and animals are affected, and for some reason it has a different effect on us than it has on your race. It corrupts us.
Corrupts?
Drives us mad. And if that weren't enough, the Council can't decide on a course of action. Pathetic, isn't it? People are dying, but all we do is bicker.
Where do you and Finrior disagree?
Oh, that's simple. Finrior claims that the corruption has nothing to do with the bloodburn, but is a curse of the Guardians. Of Ellen, to be precise.
I take it you have a different view on that.
I do. The Guardians are gone. That is common knowledge. I don't know if they are preparing for the return of Aeonir, as the purity of light claims, but I know that this is a fact we have to deal with.
So where do you think this corruption comes from?
As I said, I think it's just how we elves react to the bloodburn.
How many of you are affected?
Not as many as in your kind. 1 in 10, maybe. And for some reason the infection only spreads outside the city borders.
As I said, I'm trying to find a cure for the bloodburn. Maybe I might be able to help.
You want this alliance to happen as quick as possible, don't you? Well, yes, maybe your knowledge about the bloodburn could indeed help us. Give me a moment to think this through, will you? There are some things I need to consider.
All right. Interesting. We should probably talk to the other scryer, too.
Huh? And Evran? What are you doing here?
What are these two arguing about?
I don't see why that concerns you. How did you get in here anyway? Get lost.
What? Who are you? Who let you in?
The gate was unguarded.
Really? Next thing you know, this place is being overrun by undead because the guards have all gathered to hear us bicker. You're from Gravefell, aren't you? I recognize that accent. I'm Arlen Finrior, first scryer of this settlement. What do you want?
I'm looking for allies, but let me start from the beginning.
Ah, so you're Isamo Taha's child. Well, you're lucky, I believe, that the Guardians have given us all a free will. I can see that you're nothing like your father, and it's true that the bloodburn has to be ended. I can agree with those crazy cultists on that much.
So you're going to help us?
I would if I could, but as you may have gathered by now, we have our own battle to fight here. Ellen has cursed us.
Who is the other elf? The one you were arguing with?
A misguided fool, and sadly one with a very influential father, who made him the second scryer of this township.
Does this town have a name?
It does. Lathwain, which roughly translates as respite.
Respite? Sounds kind of temporary.
Well, it is. I don't know how familiar you are with our history, but after the Finanmir exiled us, we were promised lands by the Queen. Then the Mage Wars came and, understandably, our promised home wasn't of importance anymore.
That incident in Leonon won't make the Lord Marshal more sympathetic to your cause. You broke the White Mist Treaty.
Yes, and it was a horrible mistake. But the people were scared, particularly because Merilith did an excellent job at instilling fear and telling them that our little problem could be fixed by sending a group of scholars into Northander territory. And what good did it do? Nothing. You'd think that this failure would have shown the Moria how incapable Merilith is as a leader, but sadly, it didn't.
This looks like a nice enough place, though.
Well, save for the undead roaming through the forests and attacking us each night, yes.
I see. So Leafshade is only a stopover?
Yes. We will find our true home someday. I'm sure of that.
Ellen has cursed you?
Yes. Our lands are withering, and every 1 in 10 elves loses his mind. Their eyes turn black, they salivate like animals, and attack everything in sight.
And you think Ellen has inflicted this curse upon you?
I know. You see, since we Moria left Finnanmere, more and more of our people have fallen away from our faith. Some even blame the Guardians for our exile. I don't know how familiar you are with the history of our people, but briefly put, we were cast out of the Finnanmere Empire after we expressed doubts about the Elven Council.
So they exiled you? Yes, I know the story.
Exactly. They simply cast us out like an unwanted child. As you can imagine, the years we spent on the road searching for a new home were strenuous. And as a result of that, more and more of our people lost faith in the Guardians, which is ironic, since our faith was one of the reasons we were cast out in the first place.
Well, you can't deny that the Guardians have become weaker.
That is true. But have you ever wondered why?
I guess you have?
Yes, indeed. They have withdrawn from this world because people have stopped believing. It has always been our belief, our unwavering faith, that had made them strong. Without it, there simply is no reason for them to care anymore.
Pardon me, but that's nonsense. You're assuming the Guardians behave like little children, take away their sweets, and they run off crying or start throwing tantrums.
It's not that simple. But I doubt this is the right time for a theological discussion.
Probably not.
And what does all this have to do with the corruption?
Isn't it obvious? It's Ellen's punishment for us turning our backs on her.
You mean...
Yes. Ellen has protected our kind for millennia. And now, we have betrayed her. This is her punishment.
If it is a curse by Ellen, how can it be cured?
Of course. Despite all we have done, Ellen still considers us her children. What she wants is for us to remember her, to return to our true faith. In other words, it is a trial. All we need to do is to trust in Ellen's guidance. Then we will find a way to lift the curse.
Isn't it more likely that this is simply the way elves react to the bloodburn?
No. Although rare, there have been cases of bloodburn among the Moria too, and they display exactly the same symptoms as humans. Varden Merilith simply likes to ignore that because it doesn't fit into his nice little theory. Also, why does it only occur in Leafshade, and only outside the city walls? The plague doesn't know borders.
If you're the first scryer, why do you need Merilith's approval?
Because that's how the Moria law demands it. The Council has to come to a mutual agreement, otherwise we cannot take action.
What do the other scryers think about that? How many are there?
4. 2 of them are with me, 2 with Merilith. You see the problem.
If we help you lift this curse, would you be willing to ally yourselves with us?
Well, the bloodburn is a scourge for all races, so Yes. Should you help us, I could take up the matter with the other scryers.
Now what?
Well, if there's any way to get their support, it's by helping them cure this corruption.
The proof of the pudding is in the eating, isn't it? I say we help the old one, Finrear. Merilith seems a tad too convinced of himself for my liking.
Then let's let them know. Interesting.
All right, this is pointless. Does your offer still stand? An outsider who isn't dependent on the Council's approval might be just what we need.
Yes? I'm happy to assist.
You have no idea how good it is to hear you say that. Come, let's talk somewhere else. I've had enough shouting for today.
Corporal?
That's better. Ellen's reigns. Isn't it incredible how this fool is unwilling to see reason?
It is.
Either way, all the better you're here. Let's discuss how we proceed. What we need above all is proof to convince Merilith. As long as he insists on brewing away that curse with just enough alchemy, we cannot take any real action.
What kind of proof did you have in mind?
That remains to be seen. First of all, scout Leafshade's surroundings. The curse seems to limit itself to the outskirts of our town. I will mark the place on your map where the activity has been most extreme. Secondly, there's a human military outpost nearby. To investigate, you'll need to ask for permission to cross their borders. After the disaster in Leonon, the last thing we want is another breach of our treaty.
If the jungle is corrupted, isn't it dangerous for us to scout it?
No. The infection doesn't happen instantaneously. If you were to stay longer, say 2 or 3 days, it might get you. But for now, you're safe.
Very comforting.
All right, why not?
Understood.
Sounds like a plan.
Another human? Well, isn't that great?
We're just...
No, say no more. I know why you're here. Looking for some nice elven kin to enhance your bloodline, aren't you?
What?
Yes, that's what I thought. Well, why don't you join your fellow crossbreeders in the Wolfgar lands? There you can copulate all you want. Now sod off!
Axes, daggers, swords, everything for the wary traveller.
Come again. May Tiara bless your path.
Now would you look at that?
Yes, want to trade? A fair offer.
Just give the word. That way?
Uh-huh.
So, what's the plan? Sure.
All right. Tiara's breath. We're in for a fight.
Let's see.
Sure.
Really?
Blasted armor.
I'll keep you shielded.
Fine. Pathetic.
That way?
You read my mind.
Well,
That's the way?
Will do.
More fighting. Does this never end?
leave it to me.
Got it.
Sounds like a plan.
Huh. A traveler. Don't get many in these parts. What do you want? If you're looking for shelter, you've come to the wrong place.
Can you let us in?
As I said, no. This isn't a roadside inn. Now, sod off.
Wait, not so fast. The Moor here sent us. It's important.
The Moor here, huh? Alright, fine. Come in, but make it quick. We already have visitors, and they aren't too fond of your employers.
Don't you think these soldiers
You should
will
rethink
recognize
your
you?
position, old
I
man.
doubt it.
The light
Even
doesn't
if they
show
know
mercy
General Nori is
on
looking
those
for
who
me,
betray
they
it.
wouldn't know my face.
Well, maybe the light can show you the way out of my bloody camp instead.
You don't know who you're messing with.
Oh, I think I do. I'm messing with a bunch of renegade cutthroats who think they can walk into a camp of the Royal Army and make demands just because their lunatic leader told you so. So, one more time for the slow ones among us. We won't attack those elves. On the contrary, if you do as much as lay a finger on them, you'll have to deal with us too. Are we clear?
You...
Are we clear?
Yes.
What? Wait a moment. You? Gilbert Vilmas, 2nd Division Everlight Infantry, isn't it? Blazes. What are you doing here?
I think you're mistaking me for someone else. I'm not with the army.
Oh, am I? Huh. Could have sworn. Oh, well, never mind. Who are you then? And how the heck did you get in here?
The guard let me in. My name is Tahar, and I'm with the Moor here from Lithuania. There's something we need to discuss.
Tahar? Like that sodding rebel mage bastard? Boy, I surely don't envy your name. Forentus Copper, 2nd rank sergeant to the Royal Army. So, what news do you bring from our elven friends?
Well, I assume you've taken note of this strange plague going on in Leafshade. The elves have sent me to investigate it, and are asking for permission to cross borders.
Granted.
Just like that?
What should I say? We need this plague gone as much as the Moor here. We've stayed away from the corrupted parts, aye, but we've nonetheless lost 3 men already. Just don't do anything unwise, and you can walk freely within our sectors. One more thing, though. There is something that we need done, and I don't have any men to spare at the moment. Would you be willing to help us as a sign of goodwill?
You seem to be rather relaxed concerning the corruption. How come?
Relaxed isn't the right word, but unlike that bloodburn plague, this one is predictable. Since we've stayed away from the jungle and within our walls, we've had no new infections. And unlike the Moor here, we're not permanent settlers in this place.
So you don't think the bloodburn has anything to do with it?
With the corruption? No, I doubt it. I mean, I'm not a healer, but the symptoms are very different.
Of course. What do you need?
Well, it's simple. Since we made camp here, some of my men and women have contracted a nasty kind of fever. We ordered a shipment of herbs from another outpost in the Utran lands, but it hasn't arrived, and the man I sent to get it has not been heard of ever since. Would you be willing to search the shore for my scout, or maybe the ship itself? The weather's been rough lately, and maybe it was wrecked.
Sure. Any idea where we should search?
Aye. Do you have a map? Here. That's where we were supposed to receive the shipment.
Got it. Thank you.
That's quite the detour. And again, having a good reputation never hurts, does it?
That was my thinking.
One more thing. Who sent you? I mean, who of the scryers?
Arlen Finrir. Why? Is that important?
No, just personal interest. Arlen and I are old acquaintances. He's a good man and a follower of the old faith. Don't have many these days. If you want, I'll send some of my men along to support you. They know the jungle, and they know how to wield a sword. What do you think?
That would be great.
Good. I'll let the sergeant know. Tell Arlen, Ferentis says hello, will you?
This is ridiculous.
Yes?
Oi, you. Wait a moment.
Me?
No, the Queen's golden tits. Of course you. Say, does the name Bertrand Carpel ring a bell for you?
Why? What do you know about Bertrand?
Not much. Only that he came by our camp just this morning and told me he was looking for someone. And the face he described looked just like yours. Anyway, I told him I had no bloody idea what he was on about. So he left. But asked me to leave a message if you should come by. Which heck knows why you did.
What's the message?
Just that he's up north somewhere, here in Leaf Shade, and that he'll be waiting there for you until dusk.
How did he know I'd come?
Well, best you ask him that yourself, will you? I've got a shift to take care of.
Attack! No! Fair enough. Let's do this.
Now would you look at that? I hope you have a good explanation for this.
I do. I'm Iana. I and those 5 men were hired to kill you.
You're assassins.
We are. That is, I am and they were.
Who are you working for? How did you know we'd be here?
You weren't as hard to follow as you think, Tahar. And regarding your first question, Amaria Leonider.
The House of Leonider? But why?
Well, I hate to say it, but there are a lot of people who want you dead, Tahar. The question should be, why her? And I'm afraid I don't have an answer for that. I'm not paid to ask questions.
Sorry, but I don't understand. Why did you help us?
I'm afraid that's complicated. Do you prefer the short or the long version?
Give me the long version.
All right. I didn't know much about you when I accepted the contract, save for the fact that you were a renegade soldier, and that you, together with an elf named Iria, escaped the Grey Keep prison somehow.
That would be me.
I thought so. Well, we followed your trail until Farland's Hope, where you entered that cave, wherever it leads. Since we couldn't follow you in there, we waited in the village. Well, and it was there I learned that you were after a cure for the bloodburn.
And that made you change your mind?
Yes. To be frank, I lost someone to the bloodburn. Someone very close to me. And even though nothing is going to bring her back, I want an answer. In other words, I want to offer you my services.
That guard who sent us here, he mentioned a friend of mine, Bertrand. Did you...
harm him? No. I don't even know who or where he is. Leonider gave us that name and told us it would be a good lure. So we paid that guard a handful of coins to tell you his story. That's it.
And just why should we trust you? You're a sellsword.
Well, I can't tell you what to do or feel. But think of it this way. If I had wanted you dead, why would I risk my life to save you? Furthermore, word that the assassination failed will get around soon enough. And mark me a betrayer among my kind. Even if I decided to murder you in your sleep, I would not get any money from it.
That friend you lost, who was it? How did she die?
I would rather not talk about it. Not here. Not now.
How can you help us?
Well, judging from the trail of blood you left behind, this won't be your last battle. I can make sure they'll end in your favor. Also, I am... how should I put it? Different. I can feel and see things others can't.
Huh. Such as?
Such as the fact that you are searching for something you're afraid you'll never find. There's a voice haunting you from beyond the grave. And you want to do that voice justice.
I don't know what you're talking about, woman.
Maybe. Only you can know this. Long story short, I'm a dreamweaver.
A dreamweaver? I've heard that before. So you're some kind of mentalist?
Close. Let it suffice to say that I feel and perceive differently than most people. In every aspect.
Fair enough. Join us, if you must. We need all the support we can get.
Thank you. For a moment, I thought... well, it doesn't matter. There are some things I need to take care of before I'm fully at your disposal. I suggest you finish whatever business you have here, and then meet me at the route back to Iskander.
Will do.
Good. I will be waiting. And thank you for your trust.
And off she goes.
For what it's worth, I think you did the right thing. There's something odd about that woman, but she is telling the truth.
Blasted armor. Niehav's hammer. I was beginning to think these discussions were never going to end.
No argument there. Let's go talk to the soldiers and see if they let us into their territory to find that proof.
Sure.
Oh, do you smell that?
Yeah, like carrion.
And the water has the same color as the blisters on the corrupted.
If you ask me, we just found the cause of this plague. And it's definitely not a curse.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. Blazes! What has happened to it?
Corruption. Mind clouded. Dark fog. Dying. Please, you. Run. Run now.
Tahar, I don't like how it's looking at us. I think we should leave. Alright, so what the blazes was that? Why did it attack us?
The corruption. It must have taken hold of it.
But that's odd. I get how this frenzy could be an elf's reaction to the bloodburn. But how likely is it that a tree ant reacts the same way? Not to mention all the animals.
Alright, why not?
So, what's the plan?
Understood.
Yes? Did you find anything?
Two things. There's a treant who was affected by the corruption, which makes it likely that it isn't the bloodburn that's causing this. Secondly, there are strange pools further down the jungle, and they seem to be tainted somehow. I doubt this was Ellen's doing.
Tainted, you say? But could it be...
What?
Well, something like this happened before. In Finnanmere, over 2 centuries before. Which means, however, that I know how to solve this problem too. Blast it, why didn't I think of this earlier? I think it's time to let Varden in on the results of our little expedition. Come, let's talk at the square.
Sounds like a plan.
Varden, our new friend found some interesting news that might be worth talking about.
Let's see.
What?
While you were busy stirring up the masses against the Guardians, our new friend took the initiative and did some scouting. Care to tell him what we found?
Well, the corruption is neither caused by the bloodburn nor by the Guardians. There are tainted pools down in the jungle which seem to be responsible.
Pools? But...
Yes, Varden. They have been tainted.
Blazes. Of course.
What do you mean? What are those pools and how do we cleanse them from the taint?
They are... how should I put it? The life source of this forest. Apparently there's a cave full of Aria and Lenya beneath Leafshade, which is one of the reasons why this forest is so lush.
So the water is... magical?
Well, not exactly, but it's vital to the forest's survival. If it has somehow been corrupted, which your story suggests it has, that's bad.
And how do we cleanse them? Is this even possible?
Yes, but it's not an easy task. We'll need a lot of resources for that. And our most capable commander, Gilius, is not in Leafshade at the moment.
Well, if you want to, I can help. I've served as a commander for almost a decade.
I'm not?
If we do that, give you the command over this place until the problem is solved, do you promise by Ellen not to abuse your power?
Arlen, what?
Do you promise?
Yes, I do.
Good. Then I will instruct the citizens to follow your command. For now, at least. As I said, cleansing the pools is complicated, but possible. In order to do that, we will need to expand our sector. The ritualists need to have free and safe passage through the jungle.
I see. I will do my best. What do we do once we've secured one of those pools?
Instruct our workers to cleanse them and make sure they are protected. If the animals are as savage as you claim, then they might be a real danger. Now, lest we get started. We've wasted enough time already.
Understood.
Good. Varden, send word to the guards. I will take care of the workers.
Well, that was quick. Let's make sure not to blow our chance.
Really?
Fair.
Helen truly smiles upon us. Salga Sevrante.
Something you need?
Get ready!
Building completed.
Helen blesses us with her rains. A good omen.
Now would you look at that?
They ambushed us. Those fucking bastards ambushed us.
Who did? What happened?
The Bane. That tattooed whore. One moment it was all normal, then they started slitting our throats.
Shit. They're in control of your outpost now?
No. I'm just here because I wanted to stretch my legs. Most of my men were still too sick to fight because of that bloody fever. It was a massacre. Listen, friend. They want to burn that elven village to the ground. You need to stop them. Arlen, he's a good man. He...
May your rains cleanse him from his pain.
This complicates things. If the Bane is willing to slaughter a division of the Royal Army for their goals, they won't show mercy on the Moir either.
Then we won't show it either.
Let's see.
Here we go.
We will be swift. Will only take a second.
Yes.
Building completed.
All right, give me a second.
Building completed. The outpost has been built. We've expanded our borders.
Yes?
We're being attacked!
Whatever's necessary. Got it.
Fine.
Yes, almost there. Be swift.
Building completed.
Danger up ahead!
What's next?
Child's play.
All right, give me a second.
The outpost has been built. We've expanded our borders.
We should get moving.
Can you take a second? Let us see.
All right, here goes nothing.
More complicated.
You read
I'll
the line.
keep you shielded!
Just give the word.
All right!
What?
They will fall.
Alright, that should work. Alright then, let's get to it.
Building completed.
Danger up ahead!
Well,
Here we go.
More fighting. Does this never end?
Whatever's necessary.
this way, right? Leave it to me.
Help! Please!
Will do.
Fine.
You read my mind.
I'll keep you shielded.
You got it. Just give the word. So, what's the plan?
All right. Fine.
Let's see.
More fighting. Does this never end?
Our scholars have finished researching a new technology.
Really necessary.
I can't.
Danger up ahead.
This will be a masterpiece.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Ellen blesses us with...
Get ready!
Serious about this, aren't you?
Fine.
What is it, Scryer? Yes?
Got it.
All right, here goes nothing.
They will fall.
Iria? Why did the Moorhere leave Finn and Mir in the first place? Everybody I've asked so far gave me a different answer to that question.
Uh-huh. What is it, Scryer?
Salga Sevrante.
We're being attacked! Yes? They won't. This'll be fun.
Yes?
Corporal?
All right.
Scryer, we lost a sector.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Not now. Not now.
Here we go.
Is that all?
Not now. Iria? Why did the Moorhere leave Finn and Mir in the first place? Everybody I've asked so far gave me a different answer to that question.
Well, in a nutshell, because they had a disagreement with the Elder Council. They were convinced that the Council
The
weren't serving
outpost
Ellen
has
and the
been built.
Guardians anymore,
We've expanded
but
our
themselves.
borders.
Which is true to an extent. Finn and Mir is an aristocracy.
And that's why they were thrown out.
Pretty much. They weren't well liked in Elven society anyway. Back when I was a novice, calling someone a Moorhere was an insult.
We need to
What
gather
did it
more
mean?
wood, Scryer.
Being ignorant, backwards-looking, prudish, and overly religious.
Yes?
Pathetic.
Get ready!
You'll regret this.
Child's play.
Look at that, boys.
I need more mana!
I'll keep you shielded!
Finally. Easy.
Uh-huh.
We need to gather more wood, Scryer.
Fine. More fighting. Does this never end? I'll keep you shielded. Danger up ahead!
We need to gather more wood, Scryer.
Woman, though.
She must have made a run for it.
Don't we have workers for that?
The outpost has been built. We've expanded our borders.
All right, here goes nothing.
Leave it to me. Don't we have workers for that?
Building completed. The outpost has been built. We've expanded our borders.
What do we need?
Building completed. We need to gather more wood, Squire.
What's next?
Orders?
Take them down!
What?
Huh?
Get ready!
Easy.
Yes?
This'll be a masterpiece.
The outpost has been built. We've expanded our borders.
Ellen blesses us with her rains. A good omen.
What's next?
Corporal?
Pathetic.
Building completed.
Expansion is the key to victory.
The outpost has been built. We've expanded our borders.
Child's play.
No! Not yet!
You're serious. You'll regret this.
Fine.
Is this really necessary?
Yes?
You read my mind.
This will be a masterpiece.
It worked! The pool is clear. We might want to tell the squires about this.
The outpost has been built. We've expanded our borders.
Expansion is the key to victory.
Damn it. It's more complicated than I thought.
Yes?
The outpost has been built. We've expanded our borders.
Here we go.
Expansion is the key to victory.
Building completed.
Yes?
Blasted armor.
Expansion is the key to victory.
The outpost has been built. We've expanded our borders.
We should get moving.
Fair enough.
Ellen blesses us with her ring.
Something you need?
Well then. Damn it. More complicated than I thought. It will only take a second. Let us see.
Yes?
Interesting. Now would you look at that? Yes?
Building completed.
Corporal.
A wonderful day. Ellen truly smiles.
Another one cleared.
Building completed.
Give the word. That way? I see.
A wonderful day. Ellen truly smiles upon us. Salga Sevrante.
Building completed.
Haven't heard from her in a while. Damn it. This is more complicated than I thought.
Another one cleared.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
A wonderful day. Ellen truly smiles upon us.
Building completed.
Ellen blesses us with her reins. A good
Hello?
woman. Let us see. Well then.
Let's tell the scryers about it in case one of the workers hasn't done it already.
It's done, isn't it?
Yes, I believe so. Is it over?
I don't think so. Despite everything we did, I can still feel something. A touch of the taint still lingering in the forest. But we already have a suspicion what that might be.
The Treant.
Yes. And while you were cleansing the corrupted pools, we have been searching the tomes for a spell.
A spell? You mean it's possible to cleanse the Treant too?
Well, there's no certainty, but we hope so. As for the cleansing ritual, this magic hasn't been used for centuries. Still, it's our best chance. And you should be the one carrying out the task.
What? Why?
Because, from what I've been told, I doubt the Treant will let you speak to it without resistance. Remember, the corruption still has it in its grip. In other words, what you need to do is to fight the Treant until it's weakened, and then use the spell on it. The rest lies in Ellen's hands.
All right, then teach me that spell.
I will. Close your eyes for a moment. Valeth sareswen, joras varltar. So, did it work?
I think so, yes.
Good. Then use it at the right moment, when the Treant is weakened enough. Now go. And good luck. My prayers are with you.
Well, I haven't heard from her in a while.
Squire.
We should get moving.
That way?
Orders?
We need.
Solda Sevranter. A wonderful day.
Get ready!
That's it!
All right, here we go. Arlen said we should cast the spell once the Treant is weakened.
However, we're supposed to do that.
Just focus. We can do this.
Just give the word. Did it work?
I think so. Can you hear us?
Yes. Here. Taint. Gone. Roots. Free. You friends. You saved. Broken roots. Broken branches. Need sleep.
I think we should report back to the village now. Arlen and Varden will be thrilled to hear the news.
Fenrir, it's done.
So, the spell worked?
Yes, it was a hard fight, but the treant is cleansed. The corruption seems to be over.
That is remarkable. Ellen must have truly smiled upon you.
Maybe.
Truth be told, it's a bit ironic that it was a human who saved our people from this plague. But I'm just glad it's over.
Don't get your hopes up, Varden. Those humans who took over the Northander camp, the Bane, they'll be back.
Be that as it may, we held our end of the bargain. Will you help us?
Yes. Yes, we will. I've said it before, we are a small people, but you will have our help whenever you need it. We will send you a scryer and a division of our best soldiers and craftsmen to support your cause.
You'll have to give us time, though. A couple of days, maybe. We have to pick up the pieces the corruption left first. Where can we find you?
We've set up camp in a valley in Iskander. We can leave you a map.
Yes, do that. I'd invite you to stay for some days, but I'm assuming you have another matter to attend to.
A lot of them, actually.
Well then, this is goodbye. Thank you again for everything, friend. And may Ellen guide you.